Hello students, I am Charlotta Metkar from Samarpan Gyan School. This is class 8 mathematics. We are in lesson number 5 data handling part 3. In previous lecture we see some objective questions. Now we see very short answer type question which carry 1 marks. See the table. Question is, study the following frequency distribution table and answer the questions given below it. Frequency distribution of daily income of 550 workers of a factory. In the table, first column is class interval, second column is frequency. In class interval, daily income of the worker in rupees is given. In the second column, frequency means number of workers that is given. Total workers of the factory are 550. Therefore, the sum of the columns, in the column, whatever the numbers are given, their sum is 550. See now, I am giving how to read the table. See the information. 100 to 125 means the worker which have income from 100 rupees to 125 rupees, they are 45 workers. Workers having 125 to 150 income, they are 25. Workers who have income from 150 to 175 rupees, means some have 150, 160, 170, 171, 175 like way, they are 55 in number. Like way, the last is 300 to 325, that is 20 workers are there. Means that factory is not giving daily wages more than 25 and not less than 100 rupees. Clear? Now one question must come in your mind. It must rise. What? Here also 125, here also 125, here 150, here 150. Suppose one worker whose name is X, his salary is 125 rupees. Then can it sit into 100 to 125 or 125 to 150? This must rise in your mind. Means it is either in the first, in second or both. Okay? The answer of this question is it should lie in the second, means next group, next class interval. If its daily wages are 125, then it should lie in the second group. If its daily income is 200, then it should lie between 200 to 25. Like way, it will get the next class interval. Remember this point. It is very most important. Very important when you are making the tally mark for the continuous groups. Is it okay? Now we see the question. What is the size of the class interval? Size of class interval. How to find size? The highest observation minus lowest observation. What is the highest observation? 125. Lowest is 100. Then how to find 125 minus 100, that equal to 25. One can take this also observation. 325 minus 300 is 25. 300 minus 275, it is 25. 270 minus 250, it is also 25. Means any one class interval you take, make the subtraction of higher minus lower, that will give the size of the class. Size. Is it okay? Which class has the highest frequency? Come in the frequency column and find the highest term. These all are the 2-digit terms. Only these are the 3-digit term. 125 and 140. Then which number is bigger from these two? 140. Therefore 140 is the maximum frequency. And it related to the which group? 200 to 225. Therefore the answer is which class has the highest frequency? Then which class you will be noted there? 200 to 225. Clear? Which class has the lowest frequency? Lowest means minimum. Then you have to find the lowest means minimum. Then which number is minimum in this table? In this column, frequency column gives you 25, 50, 30, 50, 20. 20 is the minimum number. Okay? Then 20 is the lowest frequency and class is what? 300 to 325. Then what is the answer for the question? Which class has the lowest frequency? Lowest frequency 20, therefore class is 300 to 325. Then you have to write the answer 300 to 325. Is it okay? See the next. What is the upper limit of the class interval over 250 to 275? Then 250 is the lower and 275 is the upper class limit. Therefore answer is 275. Which two classes have the same frequency? Again come in the column of frequency. Find the same numbers. 45 not matches with anyone. 25 also not. 55 show 2 times. Then which two classes are there? 55 is 150 to 175 and 225 to 250. Then write two classes, 150 to 175 and 250 to 225 to 250. Write the two classes there. Got this? Okay. Now see the next question. If you try to start a scooter, what are the possible outcomes? It's very simple. If you are going to start the scooter, there are only two possible outcomes. What are they? It may start, scooter may start or may not start. Is it okay? Only two outcomes are there. It may start or it may not start. When die is thrown, what are the possible outcomes? Die has 6 faces. Therefore 6 outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. When you spin a wheel, shown, this wheel is shown there, and you spin it either in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. What are the possible outcomes? Then this circle, this wheel is divided into 3 parts. 1, 2 and 3. A, B and C. Then what are the outcomes? A, B or C. Now, next you have bag with the 5 identical balls of a different colors. Balls are same, colors are different. And you are to pull out a ball without looking at it. Without looking, you are pulling, you are drawing, you are pick up one ball. List the outcomes you will get. How many balls are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what are the possibilities are there? W means white, R red, B either blue or black, G green and Y yellow. G grey, any color. Okay, initials are given. Okay, now see question 6. Suppose you spin the wheel. Now the wheel is changed. This wheel have the 3 sectors. Now we have the new wheel now. Okay. You have to spin it in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Okay. You spin a wheel. List the number of outcomes getting green sector and not getting a green sector of this wheel. We find the first green. How many greens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 greens. Not greens means red. 1, 2, 3. Means what? Green are 5. Green sectors are 5. Not green sectors are 3. Total sectors are 8. Count total 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sectors are there. Is that okay? Now see the question. Find the probability of getting the green sector. Probability of getting green sector. For the green sector, how many green are there? 5. How many totals are? 8. Then what will be the probability? 5 upon 8. Next is, what is the probability of not getting green sector? For not getting green sector, there are the 3. Total are 8. Therefore, 3 upon 8 will be the answer. Got it? Now we proceed for the next question. Short answer type question. Given below are the heights in centimeter of the 11 boys in the class. 146, 143, 148, 132, 128, 139, 140, 120, 154, 142 and 149. Arrange the above data in ascending order. Ascending order means in the pre-classes. You see that what is the ascending order. Ascending means correct, smaller to bigger. Then first find the very small number which will be there. Okay, very small number is 128. And which is the very big number? I think it is 154. Then we start from 128, 128, 132, 139, 140, 143, 146, 140, 148, 149, 152 and 154. These are the 11 boys and ascending order. Now the question is, find height of the tallest boy. Tallest, maximum height. Then see your ascending order. Which is the maximum? 154. Then what will be the answer of the first question? Height of the tallest boy is 154 centimeter. Write the unit. Unit is important. The height of the shortest boy. Shortest means minimum height. Means first number of the ascending order, that is 128. Then what will be the answer of the second question? 128 centimeter. Third question is range of the given data. Range means what? Highest minus lowest. H minus L. Highest is 154, lowest is 128. Then what is highest minus lowest? It is 154 minus 128 equal to 26 centimeter. Then what is the range of data? 26 centimeter. Got it? Now I am giving you one example which is from your NCERT and it is for the homework. Question number 2 is the homework. What is given there? One shopkeeper. Suppose he started his shop at 8 o'clock and from 1 hour, 8 to 9. How many shoppers visited to his shop? His departmental store. How many people total are visited there? Okay. If man is visited, then he write M. If woman is, then W. If boy, then B. And if girl visited, then G. Like he collect the data. And from this data, you have to make the frequency distribution table like this. Okay. And make frequency distribution using tally marks and draw its bar graph to illustrate it. You can draw the bar graph in the graph book if it is available to you. Otherwise, you can draw it in your regular notebook. This is the first homework. One more homework is there. See, one pie chart is given. Yesterday I explained it same way. Only the percentage are given differently. And you have to answer this. This question number 3 is also homework. And we see now one more example from the probability. In a survey of 200 ladies, it is found that 82 likes coffee while 118 dislike it. Out of 200 ladies, 82 ladies like coffee, 118 ladies not like coffee, means dislike coffee. From these ladies, one is chosen at random. What is the probability that chosen lady dislike the coffee? Again collect the data. Total number of outcome means total number of ladies 200, like coffee 82, dislike coffee 118. Probabilities formula is favorable outcome, total number of outcomes. Make the ratio of these two. Then 118 divide 200 is the answer. If you want to reduce this, then divide by 2 to 200, it is 100. Divide by 2, 118 by 2, then 118 half, that is 59. And answer is 59 upon 100. And this can also be written as 0.59. Okay. Tomorrow I will explain how to draw actual pie graph. Thank you.